Now I'm going to teach how to simplify radicals, and I'm going to use a very simple example, which is 20. So my first guess would be 20 equals to 10 times 2, but actually these two are not perfect squares. And what do I mean by that? Perfect squares would be something like 1 times 1, or 2 times 2, or 3 times 3. That when divided, square rooted, would equal to a perfect number, so a whole number actually. In this case, 10 is not a perfect square, nor is 2, as you can see by the order here. Now, what two numbers, or at least one number, would equal a perfect square? And I could make, my guess is 4 and 5. Even though 5 is not, 2 is, or 4 is, and the square root of 4 is 2. But I cannot square root 5 as a whole number, so what I'm going to do is just leave it as a square root. And here you go, I have the answer of a simplified 20. So it's 2 square root of 5. Okay, so simplifying various radical expressions. So I'm going to start with a very simple one here, which is multiplying 4 square root of 3 times 2 square root of 3. So what do you do? First, you multiply the outside. So 4 and 2, which equals 8. Now like terms, so 3 and 3. So 3 times 3 equals 9. So here you simply simplify. So square root of 9 equals 3. So 8 times 3 equals 24. So now we're going to add these two. So what we do, almost the same thing. We add the 2 on the outside, so this equals 6. And since these are like terms, they don't change, so 6 square root of 3. So you can notice, even though they're the same numbers, the operations change, therefore the answers also change. Now we're going to add, but this time with two different square roots, so they're not like terms. So what happens here is that they're not like terms, as I said, therefore they cannot add. They are already in the simplest form they can be. But a different problem, like this, so 3 plus 5 square root of 5 squared. In order to solve this, what you first do is to FOIL. So 3 plus square root of 5 times 3 plus square root of 5. So to FOIL this, really simple. 3 times 3 equals 9, plus 3 times square root of 5, so plus 3 square root of 5, same thing, 3 square root of 5, and now 5 square root of 5 times square root of 5. What happens here? These two are the same thing. They would equal square root of 25, which simpler terms equals 5. So always when there are two square roots that are the same and they're multiplied, all that happens is that they turn into this number, which is called the radicand. So this would be plus 5. All we have to do now is combine like terms. So 5 plus 9 equals 14, and now we see these are all like terms. So S up here, where we added them, we can do the same thing down here. So plus 6, and like here again, this didn't change, so here this will not change either. So our answer is 14 plus 6 square root of 5.